One of my favorite sounds on Sundays. You know what it is. It's time for Beef of the Week. This week's contenders, 90s sitcom family stars from Family Matters, Jaleel White versus his co-stars, Reginald VelJohnson and Jo Marie Payton. NewsNation's entertainment expert Paula Froelich is here to break it all down. Urkel. We all know Urkel. We love Urkel. Apparently he was a diva on set. Tell us more.
He was, and I would like to use that term "we" very loosely because I was never a big fan. But here's the deal. He's got a book coming out called Growing Up Urkel, and he went on Andy Cohen's podcast, and he basically said, you know, yeah, okay, fine. I mean, I'm not going to argue with my elders. They're over 70,
That is it.
And they are, you know, I'm told not to argue with my elders. But with Jo Marie, who played Harriet Winslow, he says, what day did I catch her on, or what day did the interviewer catch her? And now he is responding to Jo Marie, who had told Entertainment Tonight 2022 that Urkel, Jaleel, would run wild on the set and do whatever he wanted to do, thinking he could say what he wants to say, you know, and hurt people's feelings and all that. And then later, Carl Winslow, Reginald VelJohnson, basically said, I mean, he was all right, but, you know, working with him was a challenge. And here's the deal. I'm going to break it down.
Okay.
At the end of the day, being a child star, you know how I feel about them.
Yes.
I do feel that most of their parents should be investigated by Children's Protective Services.
Yes.
And it was a unique time in the show. The ratings had been falling. So they bring on this character, Urkel. He was only supposed to be on once, and it was a hit, and audiences loved him, and they were like, oh, that's funny. And so they said, you know what? We're going to bring him on more. And
do you think people were jealous?
They were a little jealous. That's what Urkel likes to say, Jaleel White. But at the same time, what do you think that does to a child's ego when you're on once, now you're a main character, and you've quote-unquote saved the show? It does a lot.
Especially when you're 12.
Especially when you're 12. And so, yeah, he probably did think he could do anything, and then looked at them and was like, whatever, I'm saving your show. You owe me. And, you know, when you're 12, it's a time where bad behavior abounds.
Yeah. And
I think the other guys who were professional long-term actors still are, were kind of like, oh boy, here we go again. And now he says, I dribbled my basketball on set. If that was a problem, then I copped to it. And you're like, well, first of all, that is bad behavior because people are trying to learn their lines, get in the zone. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only thing that you did that irked them.
Yes.
Urkel.
Yes. Very quickly, Family Matters reboot. You think?
Yeah, he's saying no. He's saying basically they offered him with no script approval and half the money that he made per show on the original, and he said, I'm not really down to do that.
Okay.
And I understand.
Sure.
You know?
Over it.
Yeah.
Especially with this.
Also, I don't need any more Urkel.
I'm good. I don't need a reboot.
They over-Urkeled.
I agree. I mean, he was like 25 and he was still Urkeling.
Oh my gosh, yes he was, girl.
Paula Froelich, thank you so much. And be sure to subscribe to the Scoop newsletter for the biggest stories in entertainment. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.